Hello everybody, Dylan here, and today we are going to be reading a Crappypasta. Today's Crappypasta is called Sonic 1 Tales, and with a title so descriptive, I'm sure we're in for a great story today on DHT. Tails is awesome. He can fly and stuff. Nothing beats the amazing fox. Sonic can suck it in the cheeks with all exclamation points in all caps. When your story starts off like that, you know we're reading something great. Seriously, that's what random kids would say to me my entire life. I've known quite a few Sonic fans in all my life, and I've never met someone that would say something like that or say it in that way. So you're very unique in this case. Why does everyone love Tails? ? I mean, a lot of people don't love Tails, but I guess it's just the people you know. Simply just take Sonic, turn him into a fox, make him slightly weaker, make him have yellow fur, and make him fly. Bam, instant character. That's a lot of stuff going into making that clone in your own description. Really, you didn't even have to bring up the whole flying thing, because in Sonic 2, the game he was introduced in, you couldn't even control the flying. He just flew at random to get back onto the screen to catch up with Sonic. So you didn't really even have to include the flying, because that didn't actually affect gameplay in Sonic 2. But whatever, if you want to say Tails is a reskin of Sonic, you can. I know some people actually hold that opinion. However, the experience I had was a bit creepy to say the least. My name is Nathaniel, and the following is a story I had during life. If you're a ghost, I'm gonna be really pissed. It started about 2 months ago where a friend of mine, Taylor, sent me a box full of Genesis games labeled game stuff. Inside, besides a collection of Genesis games, had a small note in it reading, "This contains a game about a 1992 fox. Just say Tails." Signed by Taylor. My friend was a Tails fan as well, ? That shouldn't be a question mark, cause you know that. I didn't actually mind since at least my friend didn't hate Sonic. I'm fine with people hating Sonic. I don't know why you're so defensive of Sonic, but whatever. I found the cartridge of the game about the 1992 fox. Just say Tails, damn it. Stop saying 1992 fox. I don't say 1996 child when I'm talking about me. It's a Sonic 1 cartridge with Tails written on it. If I have to keep saying Tails, I'm gonna die, but I guess I'm gonna have to because this whole story is about Tails. On it with Sharpie. I put it in my Genesis and it seemed to work perfectly. The Sega screen came up, but for some reason, the sound effect didn't come up. You mean the Sega sound effect? You really should describe that when writing your story. I shook this off as a small sound effect glitch. You should really just expect it to be Ghost at this point. The next screen came up, the Sonic Team screen. Instead of the normal text, however, it said Tails Team presents. Ooh, such a big change. So terrifying that now it says Tails Team. Tails Team ? I know now that Taylor was a Tails fan. Really, what tipped it off before? How did you not know this? How were you friends with Taylor and never noticed this? I'm not gonna question that plot hole, but why would anyone modify the game to say this? I don't know, they like Tails, so they want Tails to be the main character. Who knows? Just a humorous joke ? Anyway, I started up the game with Green Hill Zone Act 1. I mean, that's what Sonic 1 always starts with. Everything was normal. Sky, music, badniks, everything. You're really good at writing stories. The only thing that wasn't normal, oh, here we go, was that there was no signpost. When I reached where it should be, it showed the score tally with the usual Sonic has passed Act X. I don't think you mean X message. I think you mean Act 1 or 2. Act 2 was a bit abnormal. The music was not playing correctly. More glitched. There were no badniks and the sky was gray. After I collected some more rings, there he was. So, does it always have to be gray skies? Does it always have to be no badniks or anything? Like, this is very cliched, and I've read about this happening a million times over in so many different stories. No screamers or anything, just Tails blindly standing on the same hill as Sonic. Noticeably, he had no tails on his sprite, so then he's not Tails, he's just a fox. I wanted to see if he did anything. As I still had control of Sonic, I slowly walked toward Tails. As soon as I hit Tails, Sonic instantly lost all of his rings, and Tails quickly jumped away. As soon as that happened, everything also faded to normal. Palettes, music, badniks, the normal Green Hill Zone. I remembered. Great, if only every story wasn't about fucking Green Hill Zone. I swear, I think Azuka writes creepypastas now. What happened to Taylor's Sonic game? Question mark. She obviously hacked it. I thought. I continued with Act 2 and Act 3 as normal and continued to Marble Zone 1, which also seemed normal, except so it's normal, except with the non-existent signpost once again. Act 2 was a bit abnormal. No badniks. Wow, you're just fucking recycling this over and over again. Act 2's weird. Ugh. No badniks, weirder music, gray sky, just like the abnormal Green Hill Zone 2. It's almost like I'm repeating shit. Tails didn't appear this time though. Ooh, finally something different. Now there's just nothing to look at. Continuing the Act 3 Marble Zone, retain his darkened world different palette. No badniks, gray sky. I'm getting tired of reading that. About halfway through the stage, however, hitting the boss sound effect played. The repeated itself about 6 times. Wow, you count each and every time. On the 7th, I heard an explosion sound effect and the badnik destroyed sound effect. Wow, you really know all your Sonic 1 sound effects to the point where if you hear them randomly, you instantly know what sound effect is playing. I clearly wasn't battling Robotnik at this time. Who done this? Of course it had to be ... him. That's assuming. Tails is a good boy and he did nothing wrong. When I reached where Robotnik's machine should be, it never appeared. The boss music played but nothing appeared. After 2 minutes, no one would sit there for 2 minutes. I finally found something come from the left side of the room. How did you get onto the right side of the room? Were you just hopping back and forth hoping something would appear? You come in on the left side, whatever. I don't even care. Tails jumped in from the left side. His shoes were entirely colored black now because he shops at Hot Topic, I guess. The fox jumped right into me. That Tails fanfiction's coming true, gamer guy. I thought I was supposed to be fighting Tails, so I did and fought back by jumping into the little fox like regular Sonic 1 bosses. Tails took 8 hits to defeat, who kept jumping into me. I defeated Tails. He suffered knockback and fell into the lava. Okay, so you're ripping off I Hate You, the Mario creepypasta? Fucking great. Slowly sinking, I can hear a faint distorted words coming from the Genesis. At the same time, why? Why did you make me sink into the lava and die? You'll pay for this, Sonic. Tails was doing evil shit, so you killed him. You were in the right. Was Tails trying to speak for me from the Genesis console? No, that couldn't be, seeing how unless you have a Genesis Model 1, it can't actually speak from the console because there's no fucking speaker on the console. The next zone was Labyrinth Zone. Clearly wasn't the 3rd zone in the original game. The music was gone now, and the badniks were turned into TS, which stands for Tails, perhaps? Oh, great. At least the badniks were back now. The water was now pitch black because the water shops at Hot Topic too. I felt afraid to go into it at all the time. This is a really great written story. The grammar is wonderful, and I know normally I call things out for grammar issues, but that was just top-notch writing author. At the end of the act, there was a long hallway, because of course there's a long hallway. I finally reached the end of it, seeming forever to get to the final room, and there were a black room, because of course there was a black room. After a minute, a switch rose up from the right side of the screen, but I can't make Sonic move. Tails came back up from the right side as well, because of course he did. He can't stay dead. Now Pitch Black himself, oh now he is Hot Topic, and hit the switch, followed by him quickly jumping away, because he keeps doing that a lot because he likes ripping off Knuckles from Sonic 3. When he jumped away, the switch exploded and the drowning music started to play. The walls were closing in because we love ripping off Sally.exe or whatever it was called. And when Sonic was standing, he looked a lot more frightened than usual because he's not frightened at all usually. Right when the walls came to connect with Sonic, the screen turned black and the music stopped at a loud note. Now it was left black from what seemed forever. I finally considered turning off the Genesis and going to bed because of course you'd rip off Sonic.exe as well. I probably shouldn't have. Ooh, the spooky nightmares. There was Tails and I in a pitch black room with the appearance when he first met Sonic in the game because I love ripping off other creepypastas. He began to open his mouth to speak in his normal childish voice, distorted somehow. I was tortured. I was forgotten. I was subjected to ridicule. People still still like you, Tails. Fuck you. Don't you want to play something with me? Oh, quit ripping off Sonic.exe, you fucking hack. Why do I always get to be Sonic's sidekick? You should be lucky to be in the games at all. You could be like Big the Cat. Those words broke my heart as soon as I heard them. You don't even like Tails. I felt Tails' pain. This is all your apology letter to Tails. Why don't you just kiss him? He was incredibly disappointed with how he was always Sonic's basic meat shield. I mean, maybe when you were playing, but I didn't use him as a meat shield. He killed himself most of the time because he's retarded and wanted to get revenge on the Hedgehog and become Sega's new hero. He'll be disregarded with Alex Kidd. As I was heartbroken, as mentioned, I like repeating myself, Tails said one more word: goodbye. I woke up and the Sonic 1 Tails cartridge was instantly non-existent. That sentence was structured weird. I swear I could have been there before I was asleep. I then text messaged my friend Taylor about my experience. Nathaniel, I had this creepy experience with Sonic 1 ROM hack. All Taylor said was, Sonic 1 Tails, never heard of it. And that was Sonic 1 Tails. It was an unoriginal story that just decided to rip off every creepypasta that came before it, and because of that, it has nothing original to stand out on its own. It's not too cringy to be considered absolutely terrible, and it's not too cringy to actually be considered fun to read. It's just bland and generic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this story. If you like this story, hit the like button. If you really like it, share it, and if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.